Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the center of Mexico City, the Historic Central. From here, you really get a sense of the fact this is a mega city. There's something like 10 million people living in Mexico City, and I think I've seen about half of them in the past hour. Everybody's going somewhere. Everybody's walking somewhere in the city.
Right.
Now, in today's video, at the end, we're going to Teotihuacan, which should be, and probably certainly will be, my favorite part of Mexico City. I'm so excited for Teotihuacan. That should be the pinnacle of the whole trip. And somewhere along the line in this video, we're gonna see Mexican wrestling, which again, I'm very excited for. But first, we're gonna explore this hustling, bustling mega city. So let's go. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen so many people my whole life. Where's everybody going, you know? Make you wonder, where's everybody going? Everybody going somewhere.
Look at that. What's he selling? A hat. Hat for the little doggies.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah. Hat. Paw Patrol. You look cool, and Harley Davidson too.
He's wearing a biker vest.
Biker vest. And you cannot be in a hurry here. You just have to walk slowly and look around, enjoy the moment, you know?
Okay, so we've made it through probably the most epic street I've ever walked on. And we've come to Constitution Plaza here, where there's a big cathedral as well as a national palace. Now, our intention was to go out in the middle, right by the big flag, get some good images, but I guess there's a Netflix festival happening, so there's a big fence blocking us. I'm more of an Amazon Prime man myself anyway. Now, prepare for some history, because this for me is super interesting. If you look at the Mexican flag, the symbol in the middle is an eagle with a snake in his mouth standing on a cactus. And the reason that's there is because many years ago, the Aztecs had a vision that they need to build their big city wherever they find an eagle with a snake in his mouth standing on a cactus.
Okay.
So they searched far and wide across Mexico, and right here where we're standing is where they saw an eagle with a snake in his mouth standing on a cactus. And so they decided to build their big city right here. Now, to be fair, these buildings are all Spanish colonial buildings, not Aztec buildings anymore, but this is the exact location they built their city. And as per my understanding, when they built it here, there was a lake.
Yeah.
So today, Mexico City is sinking.
Right.
Like 10 centimeters a year or so, because the ground underneath was a lake at one time.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, because the Mexican flag, I never knew what was in the center. I kind of never paid attention before. But now that we know the history, we can get a sense as to why Mexico City is exactly where it is, because of the ancient beliefs. And I think these are some Aztec warriors hanging around
Oh, yeah,
looking
that's
for
right.
some photos. So the journey continues. It's a good start here in Mexico City. Let's go.
And they have a lot of Aztec cleansing all around the square here. I think it's to cleanse them from bad energy, and I guess it's just relaxing in general with the smoke and with the herb. Smells good. If you guys see here on the corner of the cathedral, they have skulls. So it was actually taken from the Aztec temples by the Spaniards
Real skull.
when they built this church.
It's
Yeah,
real?
yeah,
Wow.
real. Look at that. And actually, beside the Metropolitan Cathedral is the first ever church in Mexico. Very cool. Okay, let's enter.
I'm amazed at the size of this church. When you walk in, both the height as well as the floor plan, it feels like one of the bigger Catholic churches we've been to. And what's interesting about Mexico is they've done a great job of combining Catholicism with their traditional beliefs.
That's right.
So as a tourist, it sort of adds another layer to everything. Because a lot of the traditional stuff is bright colors, vivid colors. You can smell it in the air with the incense, a lot of skulls, which is a strong imagery. And so it is a bit of a shame the main square is closed. But this is the nature of travel. You kind of roll with the punches, and for us, it's a great first stop.
Right.
So let's keep going. Imagine that, people going inside to pray at a historic fans of tourism, amazing place to come because so interesting to see. Just great. And especially interesting because as far as I can tell, they're not putting on a show for tourists. It's local people who are really doing it. So it feels like you're walking right through a whole different world as a tourist. It's amazing. Just amazing. And if you can believe it, that's Aztec Ruins right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Wow, let's go check that out. Okay, so our intention was to go down there and walk through the ruins, but the lineup is all the way underneath this bridge, all the way up the staircase, halfway to the church we just came from. So we're not gonna make it. It's okay though, because they've got a great diagram over there showing you what the city looked like before. And if you look at the amount of steps in that last building, for lack of a better word, you can see how big it was. And if you can believe it, some of the stones they recovered from here, they used to build the churches.
Right.
Which is pretty cool. Now, a bit of brief history. This is built by the Aztecs, meaning the Aztecs existed like 600 years ago in that time frame, whereas the Mayans, you probably heard of, is before that. Now, if you can believe it, Teotihuacan, the place we're going, is neither Mayan nor Aztec. It's a whole separate civilization. So it's amazing to me, you think of Mexico in my head as one thing. But if you look at the history, there's so many different things happening.
That's right.
It's sort of a nice message of unity for the country because I think of a Mexican person as kind of one image in my head, but they're from a diverse background. There's so many different histories and traditions.
Right.
It's great to explore. So keep going. I lost you there. I couldn't see you in the crowd. I think it's more crowded now because the center's closed.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all the people in here. Look like a restaurant inside. It's amazing that there's only one thing on the menu, which is churros. That's the whole menu, churros. And they got a room full of people eating and a lineup at the door. Wow, guaranteed to be good.
All right, we got our churros, but the restaurant was so packed inside, we decided to walk here to Alameda Central Park, which is the first public park in all of the Americas, I think.
Wow.
Yes. And it's like crazy here. It's like a carnival. So many street food vendors. It's amazing. I love it. Anyway, let's try it. Super crispy. I like the dough though. The inside is warm. And it's covered with cinnamon and sugar.
How could that be bad? Cinnamon and sugar.
Cinnamon and sugar. And crunchy and soft dough. Very good. I wouldn't say this is my favorite dessert. Oh no, the Mexican now. All of you will hate me now. I did try flan, which I like better. And I got the churros paired with the Mexican chocolate, hot chocolate. Oh, these two together though, magic. Oh, this is so good. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate on a hot day. But you're saying it's working.
The pair works well together. This was like maybe like 3 out of 5 before. Now it's like 5 out of 5.
Nice.
5 stars. You must pair it together. I like the Mexican chocolate. It's good. Very creamy, very rich, and not too sweet. All good here in Mexico City.
Oh, check it out, everybody. We got some sort of skateboarding competition, and some of these guys are hitting huge air, man. These guys are really good. Now, if you've watched this channel at all, you'll know my real admiration for skateboarders. These guys are good, man. These guys are seriously good. I skateboarded for a year or two. Wow, huge 360. Ay caramba. Trying to go for double kickflip over here. I don't know what's going on, if there's a competition. Oh, double kickflip. Wow. Wow. All right, Ivana, we gotta leave right now because I will destroy the video and I will stand here all day and the video will end right now. So we leave now or we're gonna stand there all day?
I love this.
Oh, skateboarders are awesome. This park is great, by the way.
Yeah.
Huge, and I've never seen a country with so many people outside. You'd think on Saturday afternoon, every country is full of people. Not like this, man. This is up there, like maybe Mexico and Vietnam. The most people go outside on Saturday. Everyone's got a community of people around. Wow, I want to go back and watch those skateboarders for 2 hours. No, we're leaving now. Must leave, Rose. The video's over. Jean saw the other kids playing in the fountain.
Uh-huh.
And she wants to go in. I won't let her, and she's mad.
Oh, Jean.
You got no change of clothes.
You're gonna be all wet.
My daughter's sad face is so sad.
It's so cute. By the way, the cups behind me are all so colorful. I think they have like tahine and I don't know what the blue one is. I don't know what the white one is.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know why.
There's something on the inside of the cup.
Lemonade or something.
Yes. I thought it was the used one. It was finished and someone put it back and they stacked it up. No, that's a new cup.
Give you flavor.
Yes, and you put some sparkling water or
That's
something
right.
inside.
Interesting.
Got it. You probably put some lemon soda inside. Wow, you're right about that. Eye-catching stall, no?
The corns in Mexico, they're so big, the kernels.
Yeah, correct.
Elotes, esquites, asados, servidos.
And right there, supposedly to be Bella de Artes Performance Center and Museum, but too bad it's gated because it's supposed to be beautiful there, the garden and everything.
Well, this is the thing about Mexico. There's so much to do in Mexico City that, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. But it's like, okay, there's so much more to do. You just
That's
cross
true.
that off
Just
the list and
people
keep going.
watching is interesting.
Just going on the streets is so fun. So that's too bad, but I don't really care, honestly. I'm still having a good time. Although, I'll say this. 2 things you never see in Mexico City. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I don't know.
Garbage can.
Ah,
I don't know how there's no garbage because
I
there's
know.
no garbage can.
I've been holding my hot chocolate
The ground
cup.
is clean, but the garbage can is 0. And the other thing is a public bathroom.
I saw a couple, but you need to pay.
Ah, okay. All right, so anyway, let's go get some dinner because then we can use their garbage and use their bathroom. Good timing.
Let's go.
Okay, so our intention was to eat dinner in this beautiful building on the outside with the blue mosaic tile, and inside it's even more beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so grand. It's like a church in here. Look at this place. It's really unbelievably beautiful. But naturally, a place so good, where the food looks so good also, it's like 45 minutes wait. And so our impatience is going to say, take some images and keep going.
All right.
I'm so happy I'll eat street food off the floor. I don't even mind. So let's keep going. All right, so restaurant number 2 features a very large door, and I mean very large door. And inside, they got a tree growing from inside where the tree is cut perfectly to fit in the hole.
Yes.
And so the roof of the place was a tree, and then at the bottom you were inside. I never saw anything like that. But that place had an even longer wait, so we ended up at a bodega.
We try to be fancy, guys. We try to be fancy.
I'm not sure if this is actually a bodega, but it feels like a bodega.
Yeah, it is.
It has 2 things that I really needed. Thank you.
Gracias.
1, it has chairs. See the chair?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to sit so bad. I said, if this place has chairs, we're going. I'm tired, man. And for 2, it has literally a whole page. Actually more. A page and a half of tequilas. I thought, wow, that's good. Gracias, thank you. So, what did you get?
Limonada.
Oh, I want that too. I'm so thirsty, man.
You can have a...
Cheers. Cheers to me.
And a beer, too.
I need water first. Anyway, we got some food coming, and then it's going to be wrestling. Life is good in Mexico City.
Ooh, look at that. Try to be fancy and end up in a bodega. A nice one, though.
Good place.
Yeah. Nice one. Look at this. A historical bodega. Very nice.
You hug yourself while she ate it. Okay, that was embarrassing. The tacos are falling apart, but they're so good. To be fair, I had tacos every day here. They might be the best ones.
Really?
I got what's called Mexican steak.
Ah.
I don't know what that means. But it's super good. But they're falling apart so bad. So no more filming because it's gonna be everywhere. But after this, 5-star taco.
Wow.
Very good. All right, so welcome to the Coliseo, everybody. Arena Coliseo. I gotta buy a mask, no?
How much is it? You gotta haggle for it. Look at that. Oh, okay. 200.
250. I think I'm supposed to negotiate.
Yes.
I am the world's worst negotiator. Maybe don't buy it because I'm
Okay.
gonna wear it tonight and then I'm never gonna wear it again.
True.
But I would actually sit in the crowd the whole time with it on.
She.
Maybe I should buy it.
Save your money. Oh, Steve is trying to buy a mask. Look. The cheapest one is 50. Okay, try it. Which one?
What color do you like?
Maybe green
We gotta
and
get
red.
Cowboys colors. We gotta get green.
Oh, true.
Eagles fan?
Well, it's Mexico color. Green, white, and
There's
red.
a Mexican flavor. Green and red.
That's Mexico color. Okay, blue.
Cowboys.
Okay, try it. You can try it, he said?
50 is $2.
Okay, try it.
Okay.
So this ones is more expensive. The top ones. Oh, will it fit?
Oh, the cuffs like it. The cuffs like it. Good.
Good.
Your name is Blue Demon.
Blue Demon. Yeah, the Blue
Blue
Demon.
Blue David. Okay.
And so check this place out. It almost looks like from the top row here, you won't be able to see the ring because the roof comes down because it's doing that to make more seats up top. There's like 3 bowls going straight vertical. This is a building I've never seen before because it's designed specifically for wrestling. Right?
Yes.
No other sport could go here. Maybe boxing.
Maybe.
It could be a boxing arena also.
Right.
Anyway, the Blue Demon is ready to rock, dude. I want to see people go to the top ropes. Let's go.
I always can recognize you, seriously. I need to get used to you.
The muscles got bigger, no? See them? Wow!
You ready to jump?
Blue Demon, top ropes. Okay, showtime. Sunglasses look cool or no?
You look ridiculous.
Check it out. You can't buy 1 beer. There's 2 beers in one. Minimum purchase 2 beers.
Right.
I love this place.
Steve, does it feel comfortable?
Not at all.
I feel like you would sweat. It's
Horrible in here. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. I keep doing this. So I get to go down again. It's terrible. Wow! What an entrance, man! Uh-oh. So I tell you what, the show gets better and better. But we didn't stay to the end. They're still going crazy because we got the baby daughter. It's getting louder and louder.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Good experience.
Yeah, that was the best athletic performance I've seen in the past 3 months.
Wow.
And I say that as someone who's been to 9 Cowboys games in 9 weeks, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Teotihuacan. So for a very fair entrance price, we have walked through and now we are unleashed to walk amongst a bunch of things that were constructed in something like 1800 years ago. Now, this place is so old that even the historians a lot of times don't know exactly the details. They're sort of still uncovering the secrets of Teotihuacan. But what we know for sure is we're going to have a great time. Let's go. And so it's believed that something like 100,000 people lived here nearly 2,000 years ago, which puts it at one of the largest cities in the world at that time. Talking like ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and Teotihuacan. Super mega city 2,000 years ago. And so you'll see lots of remains of housing units all around this big open area, which was used for ceremonies. And so you can imagine the whole area there being full of people praying towards this temple, which is in fact the temple of the feathered serpent, which sounds super cool. And so nowadays it's gray and stone color, but in the past it was painted bright red and green. So it's fun to imagine such a vivid building with a huge city, something like 2,000 years ago. Although we're only getting started, so let's keep going.
Oh my goodness. Going down is even worse than going up. It looks so scary.
All right, so we just walked down something called Avenue of the Dead, which is effectively Main Street here in Teotihuacan. And it's important that this street does not run north, it runs exactly 15 degrees off north. Because that way, when you build all of your roads coming perpendicular from that with pyramids and temples on them, they correspond with stars in the sky at a perfect time of the year for it to be lined up. So my point is, this place is a lot more than just a collection of stone buildings. They really had something going on here, including a political system. They were doing math and science. They had their belief system connected to outer space with their architecture representing that. And they even had something called Pyramid of the Moon, which is where we're going next because it's effectively the main event here in Teotihuacan. So let's go. And you'll notice a lot of the people selling things here are selling these black rocks. I'm assuming that's obsidian because this area got rich thousands of years ago because of obsidian tools they were creating. And so I've managed to come not quite to the top of Pyramid of the Moon, but at the very least as high as we're allowed to go. So too bad that Ivana and baby Jean could not make it. They are over there waving. But it's very windy today and the steps are very steep. In any case, I wanted to come here because the view is so good. You can see the Pyramid of the Sun, which is in fact bigger than the Pyramid of the Moon. But you can't go up that pyramid today, probably because of the wind. But there it is, and it's actually better to be over here to get a view of the Pyramid of the Sun, at least in my opinion. Also, you can see Avenue of the Dead we just walked along, and you'll notice a couple of modern looking roofs sticking out of the Avenue of the Dead, and it's because in there are incredibly well intact murals and paintings. Can't believe they're so clear to see what it is, even if it's nearly 2,000 years old. And so anyway, I really wanted to come up here because this is like the I did it moment, you know? Climbing to the top, or at least halfway up, Pyramid of the Moon. Just fantastic. Really just fantastic. Also from here, you get a good sense of the scale. I mean, 100,000 people is no joke. This place would have been massively built. Just imagine how many people it took to build that pyramid. Really amazing. Although the wind is blowing and there's snot coming down my daughter's face, so we gotta keep moving. Let's go.
Waiting for the table.
So check this out. The food looks so good. The food looks so good. Also, if you look at that window, you can see what I think is the Pyramid of the Sun.
Right.
I got turned around a bit, and it might be the Pyramid of the Moon. But I think it's Pyramid of the Sun. Anyway, I got chicken and mole. I wanted to try mole because I never tried.
Yeah.
I think this is chocolate mole.
You think so? We see a lot of mole sauce in the supermarket when we did the supermarket video.
It tastes like chocolate. Taste this.
Tastes like chocolate.
I
Chicken
think
and
it's chocolate mole.
Oh my.
Chocolate,
Wow.
no? Chicken and chocolate. Something new for me. Right? This could be either so good or kind of bad. I don't know. Chicken and chocolate sounds
Tastes like
weird.
barbecue, smoked, burnt chocolate.
Yes.
And
It works. It's good.
good.
Oh, good.
Something new. And I got some barbecue pork ribs with cactus. This is cactus right here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Genius try mole?
No, I'll give her some rice. And of course, we got chips, which are like homemade chips. Those
Yeah.
are like proper sliced by hand chips
Guacamole.
with guacamole. Guacamole, by the way, so good. Oh man.
Great. Let's enjoy. I want to try the cactus first.
I want to watch you try the cactus, man.
This is my first time eating a cactus. Ooh, nopal. Mexican cactus.
The texture looks good.
Crunchy and sour and a little bit slimy.
Crunchy, sour, and slimy,
Yeah.
like a pickle.
Almost like a pickle. Like a combination of bell peppers and okra. Like the texture and the flavor is a combination of bell peppers and okra.
Okay, now I know what you mean by slimy. Okra has a slime to it.
Right, try it.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Right. Interesting.
I say it's pretty good.
It's good. Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah. It doesn't taste like much. It's just a little bit sour and tastes like green veggies, right?
Tastes like green veggies.
Like green beans, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
My expectation was I was not gonna like it. My food phobia was gonna kick in. I'll say that's just 5 stars, no problem. I'll eat that anytime.
Very good.
I would eat that anytime. And so, let's eat, man. What a nice find of this restaurant. Let's eat.
And of course, you cannot go to Mexico without eating chicharron, which is fried pork.
Oh, that's chicharron.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that over there. Wow.
Oh, it's good.
Chicharron and guac.
You like this one? Salty, crispy, fatty, all the good things.
All the good things. She nods like, yeah, that's
Gina
the stuff. And so for me, absolutely 5-star food over here. Although I gotta be honest, I'm less and less confident that that was in fact chocolate mole. I think the color being brown made me taste chocolate because every once in a while I thought this is soy sauce. In the end, it was yummy, whatever it was. And next up, the place we're going is truly miraculous. So, vamos amigos, let's go. Actually, we were so lucky to find this bus. We were looking for Uber, no chance. The bus was going by, and I just went, Mexico City. He went, yeah, come on. 150 pesos, 2 people. So lucky.
Great.
I don't know when it runs, or if it's 2 hours, the next bus, I don't know. But it's called right on. And so, welcome to Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe, right here in Mexico City, everybody. Now, this place holds a distinction as being the only place in JetLag Warriors history where my mother-in-law, or Ivana's mom, said, you really should go there. Because this place is tremendously important for Catholic people. And the evidence of that is this is the most popular in terms of the amount of people here out of any religious place we've seen in recent memory. There are many, many people here. And so Basilica is a church that has been granted special designation by the Pope himself. And so the thing that happened here hundreds of years ago is tremendously interesting. And let's go learn more. So we just attended a beautiful mass, and after a very short and beautiful hike, we have come to this location at the church on top of the hill, because this is the exact spot in the year 1531 that the Virgin Mary revealed herself to a local Aztec indigenous man. And so the Virgin Mary asked Juan Diego to get a church built right here in this location. Unfortunately, the Archbishop of the area naturally did not believe the story. So he was not convinced and did not approve to build the church. And so through 3 more revelations, meaning 4 in total, really a conversation between Juan Diego and the Virgin Mary, an image was imprinted on Juan Diego's cloak. When I say imprinted, it was miraculously generated, and it was in fact an image of the Virgin Mary herself. So that was enough to convince the Archbishop to build this church you see behind us.
Right.
Now, if you can believe it, the cloak of Juan Diego in that image is still perfectly intact. Science cannot explain why this thing has not aged over the past nearly 500 years, and in fact, it is on display, the original image on display in the church where we just went to Mass. This is why the church was so full, and it was literally overflowing people out the door. This is why there are thousands and thousands of religious pilgrims here today, because the original image of
It's a miracle.
Virgin Mary of the miracle is on display. And to be clear, you'll see that image all around. There's recreations of it everywhere. They're selling keychains and everything. But the original, nearly 500 years later, is behind the main altar at the modern church at the bottom. And so we thought this was a good place to come and experience.
Right.
Because everyone here for one singular reason, and it's a miracle that to this day science cannot explain.
Just outside of the church, lots of shops and restaurants. So naturally we're hungry and looking for some food.
Okay. So Ivana actually got blessed, and she even got some blessings on some gifts for her family, which is pretty cool. And we come literally around the corner for some rice and fries and chicken and some what they're calling salsa verde, which I think is green salsa, which we might have to test in a small amount to make sure we can handle it. As baby Jean goes for some fries. Oh, good one, Jean. Not safe for human consumption. Wow. Anyway, sweat is going up top of my head already. I got asked this question, and I'm being sincere. Is Mexico City one of the best cities in the world in terms of tourism?
Oh
It
yes.
seems like it is. It really seems like it is. We've been here 8 days, and every day we did something that felt like it was totally different than the last. So many different things to do, and for me, the best part of Mexico City is even if you don't go to a tourist attraction. Okay, the tourist attractions are world class. Teotihuacan is amazing. Let's be clear, Teotihuacan is amazing.
That's right.
But even if you don't go to a tourist attraction, you just open the door of your Airbnb and walk down the street, it's already so interesting because the local culture is so strong. You know what I'm saying? They got street food everywhere, which by the way, 1,000 different kind of tacos. So we had tacos every day, never
I
got
know.
tired of it. Steak taco, chicken taco, pork taco, Milanesa taco.
Grilled, steamed, boiled.
We had one that was a sausage in a taco.
Milanesa.
Wasn't very good, but we tried it anyway. So just my point is just walking down the street, it's like you're in a whole different place compared to Canada. I gotta be a bit ashamed because coming from Canada, being full-time traveler for 6 years, and having never really even thought of going to Mexico City, how did I not hear of this place? Okay, I knew the city existed, but I didn't know it was so good for tourism.
I know. Being from Canada, Mexico is famous just for its beaches, like Cancun
Correct.
is famous.
I say never mind the beach. I've seen a million beaches.
Right.
I've never seen stuff like I saw in Mexico City. And I think there's still more to do. I really loved it. I gotta be honest, absolutely 5-star tourist city.
Yes.
I would come back again.
Yes.
So nice.
Unfortunately, we only had a week.
We gotta get back
And
to
this is our last day.
Texas to get to Las Vegas to watch the Dallas Cowboys hopefully win a game.
Right.
But my point is, Mexico City, I was so surprised. So good. So good.
Yeah, everything is good. Culture, people, food, everything.
It checks all the boxes. By the way, this chicken is good too.
Good chicken. Nice. We enjoyed.
Okay.
We enjoyed Mexico City and we'll be back for sure.
We loved it. Bye.
Bye.